What's going on, guys? Nick here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can improve battery life on your iPhone. I've been getting tons of questions on how do I preserve my battery life or keep my battery capacity at 100%, and I just use 5 simple tips on how do I do this, and I hope you learned something from this video. And without further ado, let's jump into these 5 tips on how do I preserve my battery life from draining quickly and those stuff. So let's get into this video. Alright, so the first tip you want to consider when saving battery on your iPhone is to limit your widgets on your home screen. In iOS 14, Apple has this feature where you can have limitless tons of customization on your home screen, and adding widget is one. And you don't really want to add as much widget on your home screen because each widget you had on your home screen draw a lot of power, especially those widgets depending on the internet for information and those stuff. You definitely don't want to do that. You just want to stick with widget like the battery or Apple Music that don't rely on internet for those stuff. So adding a certain amount of widgets to your home screen will definitely improve the battery life on your iPhone. You don't want to have that much, so use less widget on your iPhone. That will definitely save you a lot of battery. And yeah, that's the first tip I want to share with you guys. So on to the next tip. So tip number 2 is actually deleting any apps you don't use on your iPhone. I can't stress this enough. If you're not using an app on your iPhone, it's good to delete that app. It will take up a ton of space on your iPhone and also causes battery damage over time. So you just want to delete any unnecessary app on your iPhone, apps you're not using. It can be a game, it can be a photo editing app and those stuff. You just want to get rid of that app so you don't have that app running in the background refreshing all the time. So deleting any unnecessary app will definitely save you a ton of battery. So that's tip number 2. So tip number 3 is actually keep apps running in the background. I know, like, Nick, why should I keep apps running in the background? Won't that degrade my battery or kill my battery life? Yes, it will, but iPhone was designed to have apps running in the background. Apple said this a ton of times. Don't close app that's running in the background. It was made to do that. Apple said it was made to actually keep apps running in the background. If you close an app in the background and you try to re-enter that app, you will see that app try to load every script, every images and those stuff. So it's actually starting from scratch, trying to load that app from where you left off, and it takes a ton of power to do that. So closing apps in the background is not a good idea. Apple said we should not do that, so try to keep that in mind, guys. Many people doesn't know this, but keeping apps running in the background is a good thing, and Apple stated don't close the apps in the background. So always keep apps running in the background. It was made to do that, so keep that in mind. So on to tip number 4. So tip number 4 is actually disabling any app you have running in background app refresh. And it doesn't make any sense you have apps running that you don't really need to be refreshing all the time in the background. Apps like Snapseed or PixArt or any of those apps that's not relevant. You want to use apps like Instagram, Facebook and all those stuff. You want those apps refreshing all the time in the background because hey, you don't want to miss a very important message or something. So limit the amount of apps running in the background or refreshing in the background will definitely save you a ton of battery. And to enable or disable this feature, all you have to do is head into settings, then you want to go into general, and here you can see background app refresh. You just want to disable apps you don't really need to be refreshing all the time in the background, just relevant apps as your social media apps and those stuff. So you don't want to disable this feature overall. You just want those very important apps to be refreshing all the time in the background, such as your social media apps. So that's one way of saving a ton of battery on your iPhone. So on to tip number 5, which is the last tip of today's video. So the last tip you want to consider when preserving battery on your iPhone is actually using your phone less. And I know this sucks, but hey, I have to be on my phone 24/7. Yeah, if you want to save battery. Yeah, of course. So using your phone less and have your screen brightness at like 70 to 80% will definitely save you a ton of battery, especially when you're on an iPhone 10 and above. You know, you have the true blacks, the OLED screen and all those vivid colors, and especially when you use like a black wallpaper to accommodate that, you will get true blacks and there will be no screen tears or burns and all those stuff to your screens. So if you have an iPhone 8 and below, you will have like a retina screen, which is not an OLED screen. It's just a normal screen, you know, it's not really an OLED. But yeah, if you have your phone at 100% brightness using those phones, you would definitely see an impact on your battery. Your battery won't last that long over time, and your battery will get wear and tear over time and those stuff. So using your phone at 60 to 70% brightness will definitely serve you. And yeah, that's basically all the tips I use to preserve my battery on my iPhone. There's a lot more, to be honest, but I will cover some more in the next video. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and if you learned something from this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Also subscribe down below if you haven't already, or if you're interested in my content, please hit that subscribe button down below. Until next time, I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Peace.